Welcome to the 2022 Georgia High School Flag Football Playoffs. In this video, I want to talk about a couple administrative topics, a couple rules, and then focus heavily on four-person mechanics that we'll be using for the duration of the playoff season. You can see the 2022 playoff dates. For the first and second round, it'll be played at the same location, so the one seed will host the first and second round on the same date. The next week, we'll play the semifinals up at Flowery Branch, and then the state championships that week, that Thursday, at Center Park Stadium. For playoffs, we'll use a four-person crew. We ask that the crew arrives 45 minutes prior to the game. That gives you time to walk the field, make sure the field is correctly marked and ready to go to snap the ball right at game time. Referees, please make sure you are contacting the host school so they know who you are and that you are coming to the game. As far as the association invoicing, for the first two rounds, you should invoice the school. For the last three rounds, quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals, you should invoice GHSA. A couple rules here as we head into the playoffs, and blocking continues to be a point of emphasis. If you've been watching the videos all year long, we've been talking about different types of illegal contacts, and screen blocking continues to be an area of focus. If you want to pause this to reread this part of the rule book, feel free to do so. But we need to make sure that we're not using any hands or arms or elbows to initiate contact. That kind of blocking, that kind of contact is illegal and has no place in our game. Please make sure you are continuing to keep getting the illegal contacts out of our game. We all know that under 1 minute, it's very critical in flag football as the clock changes inside of 1 minute. And so here's the rundown of all the times when a clock would stop under 1 minute, and then also when that clock would start back up. So please make sure we reread, we understand when the clock stops, when the clock starts under 1 minute. That's our time to shine. Let's be good under 1 minute. Our one rule change this season includes what we do in overtime. And so for the most part, not a whole lot changed about the overtime process. We still have a coin flip. We still have options to the winner, offense, defense, or direction. We still have one timeout per overtime period, and they do not carry over. The rule change becomes after this first overtime period, where do we start the series? And so for the first overtime period, we'll start on the 10-yard line. The second overtime, we'll start on the 5-yard line. And the third overtime period, we'll start one play on the try line of their choice. As a reminder, the ball is dead once the defense possesses the ball. Mechanics. And we're going to add the field judge to our crew, so now we'll have four on the field. Better areas of coverage. And the field judge's primary responsibility is that zone line to gain. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But nothing changes a whole lot for the referee and the line judge. We're going to help the back judge by adding the field judge here, so better coverage down the field. Pre-snap referee, nothing changes for you. You still are 7-7 from the deepest offensive back. You still have the play clock. You still announce what down it is in the line to gain. The only difference here for you is that you'll be communicating that you have the correct number on offense with the line judge. So line judge, referee, you're in charge of counting the offense. Line judge, same thing for you. Nothing changes. You're still opposite the referee on the line of scrimmage, on the sideline. You're in charge of the neutral zone pre-snap. You'll also be counting, like I said a minute ago, you'll be counting the offense with the referee would be the only slight change from a 3-person to a 4-person for you. So the field judge, the new position. The field judge is opposite the line judge on the sideline. And we're going to start about 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. Again, open up to where you can see the action of the ball. That 10-yard marker from the line of scrimmage is about where you need to be pretty consistently. We'll discuss line to gain in a second. Back judge, you're going to shift over slightly. Start approximately 20 yards from the line of scrimmage. You should be behind the deepest defensive back, wherever she may be. And we want you on the field as the back judge. So back judge about 15 yards from the sideline. So you'll be on the same side
as the line judge, about 15 yards from that sideline, about 20 yards from the line of scrimmage. So there's that diagram again, the picture, the illustrations of what we're looking at here. Referee, area coverage in the backfield, line judge has the line of scrimmage, and the back judge, field judge kind of divide and conquer receivers on their side of the ball. Referee, no changes in keys from a 3-person to a 4-person crew. You still have the snap. Make sure the person receiving the snap's at least 2 yards behind the ball. We're going to be watching the blockers in the backfield during the play. Line judge on the line of scrimmage. Same concept for you. You have the snapper and the blockers lined up in the immediate vicinity of the snapper, dominating that line of scrimmage. Field judge, you have all the receivers on your side of the ball, and then back judge, you have all the receivers on the line judge side of the ball on where you're lined up. All right, so the one big thing that the addition here with the addition of the field judge is that we have the line to gain will always be covered. Okay, so on 3rd and 4th down, it kind of changes a little bit compared to normal play, but we always need to have that line to gain, an official standing on it to where we can rule on either a 1st down or the forward progress to stop short. So line to gain has nothing to do with the referee. Your keys don't change here compared to a normal scrimmage play. The line judge, though, the ball is snapped 3 yards or less. So 3 yards or less on the line to gain. You have the line to gain as your primary responsibility as the play develops. So after the snap, hustle the line to gain. Do not leave the line to gain until we have the ball well beyond the line to gain or the ball becomes dead somewhere. You're primary responsible for the line to gain when the ball is snapped 3 yards or less. The field judge, you're responsible for the line to gain. We're at that 3 to 14 range. Go ahead and start on the line to gain. So if we're snapping more than 3 yards but less than 14, go ahead and have your initial position on that line to gain. Same concept as the line judge ruling on 1st down or forward progress stopped of the line to gain. Back judge, again, you have nothing to do with the line to gain either, so your responsibilities don't change on this situation. Let's look at goal line coverages and try coverages. Referee, nothing changes for you. The initial position for the line judge will change a little bit based on what the ball is snapped. So if the ball is snapped at the 5 yards or less, then the line judge will move immediately to the goal line and rule on everything responsible for the goal line. Again, hold your position there until the play is over or we have a touchdown. You get the idea. Same concept as line to gain, about not leaving that line until the play is over or no longer threatened. Field judge, when the ball is snapped on or inside the 14-yard line, your initial position will be on the goal line. So again, it's very possible that we would have 2 officials here as a play develops. 2 officials could be on the goal line, and that's exactly what we want. Again, if the play goes toward the line judge and he has primary responsibility, the field judge would yield to the line judge on making that ruling. Back judge, again, when the ball is snapped on or inside the 14-yard line, you will start on the end line. The nice thing about having a back judge, and now we have 2 officials on the sidelines, the back judge can assist either the field judge or the line judge in the corner of the end zone with ruling on touchdowns. So let's make sure that we have good eye contact if we have a pass towards the corner of an end zone. Have good eye contact before we signal, and y'all communicate and get that call correct. Here's our diagram of the goal line tries attempts. You can see kind of the zone area coverage. Again, gets very compact, but we have 4 people down there for a reason. So that's going in. Going out, reverse goal line mechanics. This is when the ball is snapped at the 10-yard line or inside, and that's the line of demarcation for all of reverse goal line mechanics for 4-person mechanics. The ball is snapped on or inside the 10-yard line, the referee will start on the end line. If the ball is snapped in that same spot on or inside the 10-yard line, the line judge will move to the goal line after the snap, ruling on everything to do with the goal line as far as safety or in the field of play. Back judge, field judge, nothing really different for you besides just understand that the line judge is leaving the line of scrimmage, and so your areas of coverage will need to be expanded a little bit to help out where the line judge might potentially be kind of stretches out a little bit more. So field judge, back judge kind of expand your zones here if we're snapping on or inside the 10-yard line. Reverse mechanics. Again, this is one of these interception plays, these punt return plays, where we kind of go the opposite direction. And so the field judge and back judge change responsibilities. So the back judge will trail the play, as a referee normally would. Again, keeping all players in front of you. The back judge can pick up the ball spotters for the referee as we go back up the field. Referee, you're going to lead the play to the goal line, so usually the back judge is responsible for the goal line. The referee here in reverse mechanics, you'll be responsible for the goal line as we go back up the field. The line judge and field judge will flip responsibilities as well. So line judge, you should be ahead of the play and make sure you are observing blockers around and ahead of the runner. You're going to try to get to the goal line prior to the ball carrier as well. The field judge, you're responsible for the spot, the forward progress is. You're responsible for ruling on the legality of backwards passes and all of the above that the line judge normally would be responsible for. Punt plays. Referee, your responsibilities don't change between a 3-person and 4-person. You're still going to ask the coach or the captain what the team wants to do as far as going forward on 4th down or punting on 4th down. We'll make sure you still say the down and line to gain and the decision that the team wants to do. Make that announcement for everybody to hear. Line judge, you're on the same spot. The field judge, you're approximately 5 yards ahead of the Divas receiver. Again, we're going into reverse mechanics. So field judge, you will have the end of the run here. Back judge, initial position will be behind the Divas receiver, about 8 yards wide, 3 or 4 yards behind. Somewhere get comfortable where you can see any kind of touching, muffing, all that kind of stuff. Get to a spot where you can officiate the play. Again, once the play goes up the field, back judge kind of stay back and monitor and clean up the play as the play progresses. You do not have the end of the run. That's the field judge. So here's our illustration. Kind of stretched out here with our zones. Referee, line judge, nothing changes a whole lot. Field judge, back judge. Again, the field judge should be in front of the receivers. And the back judge should be behind the Divas receivers. That's all I got for you this presentation. Congratulations on working the postseason for flag football this season. I do hope you have a good, safe journey through the postseason. I look forward to seeing you at Center Park Stadium.